There was a butcher named Matthias Crane. He worked in a sleepy town, its streets narrow, its windows shuttered at dusk, its lampposts flickering like dying embers. His shop sat on the corner of Elm and Main, a grimy neon sign above it faintly reading, Crane's Meats. At first glance, Matthias was unremarkable. Tall, broad-shouldered, with greasy dark hair and a patchy beard. But in his eyes, cold, calculating, empty, something watched. Every morning before dawn, Matthias walked through the fog-thickened streets, heading to the shop. A bell jingled as he opened the door. The air smelled of stale blood and iron. He wiped his cleaver on his apron, rubbed his knuckles, and waited for his first customer. By midday, townsfolk came for meat, pork, beef, chicken. They knew nothing about Matthias's other trade, the one no one spoke of, the murders. He strangled lovers in secret. Young couples walking in moonlit lanes, innocents embracing under trembling stars. He stalked them, suffocated them, and carried their bodies back to his shop. One autumn night, two teenagers, Lucy and Aaron, held hands near the old train station, their whispered kisses carried on the wind. Matthias watched from a distance, heart pounding, pulse racing. They felt safe, but Matthias felt something else. Ownership, possession twisted into jealousy. He edged closer. Each step echoed his controlled rage. The wind rustled their hair, but they did not see him coming. He circled them, clutching his coat collar tight, filtering out the cold to focus his senses. When he lunged, time slowed. Lucy saw a face twisted in shadow. Aaron froze. Matthias collided with them, hands strong, his grip unyielding. He brought his hands around Aaron's throat. Lucy screamed. Aaron thrashed. His words turned to gurgles. Lucy's screams ripped at the night. Matthias inhaled deep, savoring the fear. He flung Aaron to the ground. Aaron's eyes stared blankly up at the sky. Blood welled at his neck. Lucy fled. Used to darkness, she ran until her lungs burned and knees shook. She collapsed in a deserted alley, weeping, panting, her clothing torn. She could still hear his footsteps behind her. Matthias caught her, soft grip on her arm, voice surprisingly calm. "Stay with me." His tone melted fear into curiosity. She recoiled, but her tears faded. Fear nearly numbed by something darker, fascination. He brought her back to his butcher shop, safe, or so he said. Inside, he cleaned the floor, blood, splashes, reflections, preparing for his ritual. Lucy watched, body trembling, eyes wide. His apron was red. He walked slowly to a counter, lined with tools, knives, saws, hooks. "It's how we preserve love," he whispered, "after death." Lucy backed away, stumbling. He advanced. He kept his posture controlled, gentle, even tender. "Shh, don't cry, I'll make us immortal." She gasped, he smiled. "A promise," he said. He wrapped it in cloth, forever. She trembled, not from cold, but from something beyond terror. He spoke about his heart, starved for love, about his childhood, lonely, abandoned. Every victim stole his desire. They loved someone else. To kill them was to occupy that space. Lucy looked at him, saw not just a monster, but a man broken by love. "You can't fix me by killing others," she said, voice soft but firm. He hardened. "I can't love unless I own," he replied. "And I won't die alone." He advanced again. Lucy noticed his right hand, the hammer. His left held a piece of cloth soaked in something dark. Ice ran down her spine. He smiled, a butcher's grin. She lunged, wild, desperate, knocking his hammer away. He stumbled. She ran toward the back door. The shop smelled of metal and fear. She slammed it open and burst into the night. Matthias gave chase. Screaming, she dashed through the empty streets, wind whipping her hair. She reached the old oak in the square, night's pulse beating in her ears. He cornered her against the trunk. He raised a butcher's knife. She closed her eyes, a prayer. A pounding from behind startled both of them. A figure erupted from the darkness. Aaron's brother, Jacob, shouting. He grabbed Matthias from behind. Struggle ensued. Lucy looked on as the butcher fought Jacob mercilessly. Bronzed moonlight caught the flash of steel. Then a shot rang out. Echoed. Silence. Jacob fell, blood blossoming on his chest. Matthias held the smoking revolver. He stared at Lucy, shock clouding rage. Lucy saw the doubt in his eyes. He lowered the gun. Her legs gave way. She fled. He stumbled after her, pain, confusion, betrayal twisting him. She sprinted home, pounding on her door. Her mother opened it. She collapsed onto the floor, sobbing. Neighbors came. The night guarded its secrets, but Lucy screamed truth into the dark. Police came. They found Jacob's body and fingerprints. Matthias Crane. The shop was an abattoir of horror. They found human remains hidden behind walls, in ice boxes, in meat blocks. They arrested him as dawn cracked red across the sky. In court, he sat expressionless, blood on his apron, but none in his eyes. The judge read the verdict: guilty. Life imprisonment without parole. The courtroom trembled. Families wept. But that night, in a cold cell, Matthias smiled. His structured rage had found release. In his mind, a new plan formed. His love would resume. His collection would grow. The butcher's story spread. Town residents locked doors at night. Lovers held each other tighter, but they also cast glances over their shoulders. Every clandestine rendezvous carried dread, and somewhere, in the damp prison wings, Matthias sharpened his cleaver. He wiped it clean, whispered, "Soon." His cellmate shivered. The killer still waited, with love and blood coursing in his veins. One winter night, after the streets were buried in snow, a young couple visited Jacob's grave. They placed flowers, kissed under the iron gate. A metal glint caught their eye. A butcher's cleaver buried in the snow at the headstone. No prince, no owner, just a knife, bright and sharp, a message.